Hey everyone, I went to the thrift store a while ago. I found some cool stuff, so I want to go over some of it with you. Right here is this Pokemon 3 movie collection. It's got the first three Pokemon movies. First movie, Pokemon the movie 2000, and 3 the movie. Kind of weird layout for these. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it's only English, unfortunately. Oh, and it's all on one disc. Huh. I'm guessing the quality isn't very good, and there's probably no bonus features, are there? Like, I know 3 originally came with, like, this little short at the beginning, didn't it? I don't remember. Oh, did the first one come with a short also? I don't remember. I haven't watched most of these in years. Like, I've seen the third one a few times. I did like that one when I was younger. I didn't really care for the first two as much. I just wasn't a big Pokemon kid. So then another pretty cool thing I found was Power Rangers Samurai, Volume 3, with this, like, special slipcover. Let's see, when the movie was coming out, they re-released some of the Samurai and Megaforce DVDs with these new slipcovers, which are pretty cool, and it's still sealed. That's really neat. I'm probably not going to open it, because I got other Samurai DVDs lying around. I don't need this to watch it. And weird thing, there's a little sticker about the Power Rangers movie, e-movie cash code. For some reason, part of it's blacked out, but it's not a code. It's like just the price or something, or like how much money off you'd get in like e-movie cash, whatever. So I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. It's neat to have this thing as a little collectible. Let's see. This was sealed too, but unfortunately the box, or I mean the plastic around it was just so ratty and falling apart. Also, the box was cheap, so I just wanted to get a better box. It didn't have holes in it. So anyway, it's a double feature of Friday the 13th Part 9, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X. Got bonus features there. I've already got, like, multiple copies of these movies, but I don't have this particular double feature. And I just like Friday the 13th. It's really nice to have multiple copies of these movies because I really like them. And this is a dumb thing I got. Fortunate Fawn Volume 4. See, I first heard of this certain particular show from Phalus. Phalus did a really funny video about the Volume 1 DVD of Fortunate Fawn, which was actually the Yearling anime. And, yeah, it's a pretty dull show. It's not particularly exciting. It's an anime, so the animation is pretty good. The dubbing is really, really good. The music's decent. I like the cover. Whoever illustrated the cover, I like the style. Okay, that deer back, the moose, whatever, looks kind of weird. Not really sure what's going on there. Oh, and the box is broken, so the disc just falls right out. But the disc was in okay shape. So anyway, for some dumb reason, these Fortunate Fawn DVDs only have 2 episodes each. Oh, and it says 60 minutes, which I'm pretty sure is a lie. Because these are single episodes, so there may be like 25 minutes at the most. So probably more around like 45 to 50 minutes. Let's see, Wedding Day and Wolf Trap. Alright. So anyway, I'm hoping that maybe at some point in the future, Phalus will do more videos about Fortunate Fawn. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe he would at some point if he happened to come across these DVDs and people, or maybe if somebody like paid him to do it or something. And this is a kind of a neat thing. Robin Williams double feature, Patch Adams, and What Dreams May Come. I'm not too familiar with either of these movies. I don't know these movies. See, I knew Robin Williams when I was a kid, mainly from, let's see, obviously he was the genie in Aladdin, he was Batty in Fern Gully, he was Andrew in Bicentennial Man, he was Fender in Robots, oh, and he was Mork in Mork and Mindy, although I didn't see that as a kid. I saw that when I was a teenager. I know there's another thing he was in that I know, and I'm not remembering it, and that's bugging me now. Okay, whatever. So anyway, oh, Flubber, that was it. He was in Flubber. I liked that movie a lot when I was a kid. Tried rewatching it as an adult. It does not work the same. It doesn't feel the same as when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was like the best thing ever. When I'm an adult, I'm like, this is kind of dumb. So anyway, Patch Adams. I know a little bit about the behind the scenes of this because I read the biography of Mike Farrell, yep, there he is, producer. Mike Farrell played Trapper John on the MASH TV show. I really like MASH. So, yeah, he was talking in the biography about him and someone were trying to put together a Patch Adams movie. But then, like, the pitch got rejected or something, and, what was it, Robin Williams was brought in, and the movie, like, went into production hell for a while, and then finally it got made, but it was completely different from what they had envisioned, which was a very true to life, based in reality story, and the movie version that eventually came out was very far from the original story. There was a friend who was turned into the girlfriend, even though he was male in real life. Very strange. And then there's What Dreams May Come, which I know zip about. I have no idea what it's about. Supernatural Journey Beyond the Realm of Mortality. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. Alright, I don't know, maybe it's good. It's probably pretty good, I don't know. So anyway, Patch Adams, I've heard that while it's not true to reality, it's still a pretty good movie in its own right. And then What Dreams May Come, I've actually heard bad things about. I've heard people say it's really boring, but I don't know. I'll give it a watch, see what it's like. And then a cool thing, let's see, they had a bunch of new kids' books at the thrift store, and I found, this Goosebumps movie tie-in, Night of the Living Monsters, and I love that they have this kid on the cover, because he was my favorite in the movie. Don't remember his name, but he had, like, the best parts. Oh, and there he is on the back there. Oh, and the other Goosebumps movie tie-in books. They picked some great images for this book, I gotta say. See, I think this is like just it's a mini novelization. Angry Jack Black. Let's see. I found the first Goosebumps movie to be a bit dull, especially in like the first half. See, it picks up like halfway through, like when the Werewolf of Fever Swamp shows up. You can get a really good look at him here and see just how fakey the CGI looks. Ugh. I guess it's integrated well enough. And oh, there we get a good look at Slappy in the movie. And one of the really nice things, the detail is so good. You can like see like where the paint has worn away. You can see like the wood underneath. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Is the vampire poodle in here? I don't see him. Oh, you can see Carly Beth there. Okay, and there's a creep with a t-shirt that says, I still live with my parents. One of the things I like about having these pictures straight from the movie, especially a movie like this where there's so much stuff that's going by so quickly, you don't really have time to look at all the details. You can see all the details. Oh, and there's some monsters on the cover that they don't actually have in the book. Anyway, neat little thing to have. I like Goosebumps, so it's a cool little collectible. And they had some comics there. Action Figure Collector, which isn't really a comic, it's a magazine about toy collecting, and there's an article mainly about the Playmate Star Trek toys. So it's more of a magazine about toy collecting, it's just comic book size, so it's with the comics. But yeah, I flipped through this. This is pretty interesting. There's some interviews with, like, the sculptors of the toys. Oh, and there's some, the Tick toys down there. Let's see. Centurions, Cops, Spawn. So yeah, very 90s. 1994. And this is the weirdest thing I got. Attack of the Mutant Monsters. I bought this because I looked at the cover and was like, is that Gorgo? Or, well, Mama Gorgo, whatever. So anyway, number 1, A+ Comics. Attack of the Mutant Monsters. This made me really curious. I really wanted to know what this was. So let's see, I got in the car, I opened it up, and let's see, we got commercial there, and then we see, yeah, that's totally Gorgo. Is this a Gorgo comic? No, it's Kegor. Who the frig is Kegor? And like, I know it is actually Gorgo. It's not like rip-off artwork, because Steve Ditko worked on the original Gorgo comics, and there's his credit right there, Steve Ditko. And then there's also, let's see, a code number, and there's an artist name there. I think there's another credit somewhere in here. So, I flipped through this, and yeah, it's just an adaptation of the movie Gorgo. But what I did notice was that whenever the name Kigor comes up, the text is oddly completely different, like a completely different font from the rest of the lettering in this. Let's see, one of the other weird things, let's see, Rega. They say Rega. And right here, you can see like there's a weird split. Like originally it was something else, and it's replaced with Rega. And then later on, it's Kigor. So I guess Rega's the baby Gorgo, and oh, okay, so okay, they changed his name from Riga to Kagor, or Kegor, whatever. So anyway, there's a couple of panels where you can see in the word balloons Kegor in place of Gorgo, and it doesn't quite fit with the lettering. It's oh, and right there too. Circus presents Kegor. That one, it does fit a little better, but it still looks really out of place. I'm thinking maybe most of this might have been altered from the original comic. I don't know for sure, because I don't have the original Gorgo comic. But then, yeah, then the adaptation of the movie ends, and then there's another comic, again changed to Kegor, Monster of the Deep. And there's some... The lettering is really weird in some places, so I don't know, maybe they did get the original letterer back to change it, who knows. So, it's all Gorgo comics, or Kigor comics. And then in the back is the Kilgore monster, which is a very short little comic about a, like, big eel monster, which doesn't appear to have been, taken from anything else, so I'm assuming it actually is called the Kilgore monster. So there's a Kigorgo, whatever that is. Weird. I love finding weird stuff like that. I'll have to look into that. Maybe there's some documentation about Gorgo being reprinted as Kigor. Like, maybe they had the rights to reprint the comics, but they didn't have the rights to use Gorgo's name. Like, I don't know, maybe Steve Ditko like was a producer on this comic or something, or a publisher or something, so they could use like his work, but they just couldn't use the name Gorgo because it was copyrighted by whatever company. So yeah, there's the stuff I got at the thrift store. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.